Hello, I'm SMB Collector. Let's take a look at this Nintendo Buttons display. It's made of a fairly large piece of thin cardboard folded in a way that lets it stand up, which then also had numerous notches cut into it that allow these various Nintendo buttons to rest displayed on it. Overall, it's pretty simple and underdecorated, and I'm guessing that was intentional so that the manufacturers could make buttons of different licensed properties but keep printing out the same display type to use again and again. The back wasn't meant to be seen, so it was understandably left blank. Well, except where someone decided to test if their pen worked, I guess. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Oh, what? Oh, you actually wanted me to talk about the buttons themselves? Well, sure, I'd be happy to. They were made in 1989 by OSP Publishing, covering a variety of different Nintendo games. As you can see, my display is missing a handful of buttons, so I should warn you that I don't know if there are more designs than the 9 I have or not, but I'll start by showing you each of the ones I do have. First, let's get the non-Mario ones out of the way. There are a few based off of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, including our hero in front of a piece of the Triforce, and another of him being menaced by a Dyra. There's also one showing what I would think was a bot, since I figured this would be another Zelda 2 button, but the text says, now entering the gel zone, so maybe it's actually a gel from the original Legend of Zelda. Beyond that franchise, the only other non-Mario button is for Punch-Out, which has Glass Joe getting, what else, punched on it. Good job, Little Mac. Join the Nintendo Fun Club today. Now, onward to the Marios. This one's a pretty ordinary looking design, showing Mario and Luigi below a Super Mario Bros. 2 logo, along with some waving water for good measure. There's also some green spikes on Luigi's hat by the L. I'm not sure why. These buttons are pretty consistent with the weirdness in their art. Another example existing on the Punch-Out one, which always has the same thin red squiggle on Glass Joe's arm. Further instances appear on this next button, having the background line go through the writing, as well as having Mario's teeth incorrectly colored. These could be seen more as accidental errors, but then there's also strange things, like how he's wearing a baseball cap instead of his usual cap. That hat choice isn't the most common occurrence for Mario. I remember it in NES Open Tournament Golf and baseball for the Game Boy, and it's shown on at least a few stickers as well. It's probably happened somewhere else too, like on a trading card or something if nowhere else, but it just seems funny to have it randomly appear here without occasion like that. Mario says yes to peace. And yes to baseball caps. This one might be the best example of the strangeness that can happen with the art on these buttons. It shows Princess Peach Toadstool, but a closer look leaves me thinking that her smile was drawn on over a more distressed expression, like they made a rough copy of that one picture of her you see around, but then proceeded to poorly paste a smile over it after deciding, you know, she just doesn't look too cool for school enough without a smile, which is what they are apparently going for. Next is one of Mario backdropped by a city skyline, with text reading, "This is a job for Super Mario." It's kind of boring because it doesn't have that poor quality control look to it. Then there's this crowned fellow who I just so want to call Bowser, but I'm practically positive it's meant to be Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2. I swear, those two don't differ enough in the looks department, especially back in those less defined days. The text this time says, "Have a nice day," but I can't seem to understand the connection between that expression and Wart. I guess it's sarcastic? I don't know. Not getting the relevance of the text on these is becoming a pattern. Well, as those of you who have been counting will know, that's all the 9 buttons I have to show. That rhymed. So say yes to peace, have a nice day, and thanks for watching.